They were expecting Valeriana to confront the enemy up front, like most of the other students had done. However, she moved towards the light and held out the blade of her sword, using its smooth surface to reflect rays of light throughout the room. There was shrieking when one of the rays came in contact with a shadow in one of the dark corners. The girl swiftly moved towards it, knocking down a lizard from the wall and piercing through it with no hesitations. She withdrew her sword as the simulation dissipated, nodding her head once in satisfaction. Valeriana lifted her head and gazed at the moderator, who was looking on with mild curiosity and surprise. A small smile pulled on her lips before it disappeared completely. "Next," she exclaimed, the thunder in her voice pulling the souls of the spectators back to their body. Compared to the other students who ended early, she finished her quota the day before the deadline. The moderator, who was tasked on monitoring progress, could not help but give her a nod of acknowledgement for her efforts. Although her achievements were so far pale in comparison to the other rankers, her determination and perseverance were worthy of notice. Of course, these determination and perseverance were not without consequence. Her nights consisted of thick books, hot teas, and were pretty much sleepless as well. During the mornings, she would help in the preparation of breakfast, after which she would attend her classes and exhaust herself with different physically and mentally straining exercises. When her classes finished, she would go back to the residences to do her chores, and at night she would immerse herself into catching up through research. She was pretty much Cinderella with no Prince Charming. Even if she did, he was probably a jerk. The 12 was a handful lot. Although they had moments of kindness, they were generally very lazy and carefree. Most of them she would find minding their own business, practicing their own thing. Once, she saw Zevlin struggling to control his flames. He ended up burning some of the equipment in the 12's personal training yard, which then left his eardrums ringing from an earful of lecture from Charles. They minded their own business, yes, but they were still a pain either way, especially since she ended up having to clean up after his mess herself.